Yes, hello everyone. Good morning. Three session. Uh, we are into the same like introduction, architecture, login, and screen navigation. Okay, because there was a question yesterday. After logging into SAP, we can open first session. That first session is nothing but first window. So same way we can go up to six windows, six parallel windows. So here each independent window is called as a session. So that means we can perform six independent operations simultaneously, okay, parallelly, okay, concurrently. We can call it as concurrency means simultaneous. Yes. So 60 codes in six independent sessions. Yes. That was the meaning of session. Okay. Here session equals to window. Okay. SAP point of view. Then after complete tree codes introduced. Then screen navigation basic and advanced completed. Now dictionary introduction, table introduction. So tables classification, features, properties, almost all the topic are about to finish tables today. So in today's 53 and 54 session, both sessions, we will go with the topic called as yes, yes. As yesterday we already written, I guess. That is changes. This is the concept we will cover today. Changes to table because table already created, but later I want to add some column or remove column or I want to carry out some changes for the G table. But built-in tables, first we will see what is because immediately we have to go with both at a time. If I introduce the G table, what happens standard table, how it behaves, immediately we have to think. Because in the project, in the live project, 70, 80% we work with built-in tables, predefined tables, SCP tables only. So that is major work with this one only. And we have to aware of this one and again how to create with custom tables as well. So now like this is the table. So what is possible for G table? You can for standard table we can open in display mode only. Display mode only. Yes. If you try to open in change mode, it will ask in fact access key. Okay, it will ask for access key. Even though you tried to open in change mode, it is allowing here with this flag. With this flag. But finally, after changes, you have to save it, right? While changing, you will get a while saving. You cannot save in our custom package because you cannot save it in G package or $TMP package. Yes, because this is SAP namespace. That's where you will get a problem. Okay. Yes. So there is a access key through we can do the changes to that SAP built-in tables. Okay. So forget about change. Change we will talk with a modifiable section. Under modifications, we will talk all the changes to the table, program, function model, everything. Whereas enhancement, how do we add additional fields to this? That is a part of enhancement. We will have a separate topic as a append structure. At that time, I will cover enhancement. Now, so this table you can only view it, you can only see it, you can only display it, and you can only read possible. Changes, no, you cannot delete a column. You cannot add column name. Now you cannot change column name or data type and all because this is from SAP. It is given to us with display mode only. So that is one bottom line statement. All built-in tables are not modifiable. Simple. Then the next question comes to R table. This is yes when our table because this falls under Y or Z. That is our customer namespace. Suppose here you and me both are connected to the same server if we are using. So what happens? I can change your table, you can change my table. In fact, you can delete my table, I can delete your table because we both falls under customer namespace. But don't do the deletion part. Even don't do changes also. What you have to do, you have to go with your namespace only always because in the company we follow company given namespace, but in the training learning time we will use this namespace. Okay. Yes, even we both, you and me, we cannot do any changes to the standard built-in tables. That's the final statement. So, right, I'm coming to the yes, because here, if you go to the DDL versus DML, if you did you remember? Yes. So we have alter table or drop table because yes, I'm introducing this part only. Which one? Yes, this one. Right. In SQL, you come across these five languages. So first of all, DDL, data definition language. So what is the data definition? Is create, alter, drop, and truncate. This all the things are applicable to table level. Sorry. Table level meaning is table definition level, table structure level. That is, you can create a table definition. You can alter the table definition part. You can add constraint, add column. Yes. And moreover, yes, this is your alter through, you can do it. And a drop is nothing but totally removing the removing the table along with its structure and data. After drop table, the entire existence gets deleted. After that, we cannot retrieve it back. That is called as drop concept. That is equal to deleting completely. Okay. Yes. So this is your table level. We are also trying to do this part only. I already demonstrated how to create a table over how to delete a table. We tried to delete it, but that was not permitted to us. Today's topic is this alter table. Okay, but this is already demonstrated. What is this? Data manipulation language. Manipulation is nothing but you can insert a new record, you can modify or change existing record, and finally you want to delete the record also possible. These are all at entry level or record level or okay row level completely. Yes, and we will talk select grant revoke and all. That is grant revoke. We don't do that because this is a administration activities. You for which user which authorization to provide it, that is controlled by basis level. Select queries, we will write it going forward in the web programs, I will tell you. But coming to the transaction control. Transaction control concept also covered to some extent because when I introduced a T code, I told you transaction, any transaction has ACID properties, ACID properties, atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability. So save point is temporary storing the table, role tables, temporary saving the activity of the user enter values, input values. Rollback means revert, commit means permanent save. This is your TCL activity. Okay, completely. So that's about your overall concept. We will this DML we did it by using data browser. The data browser is meant for maintain data. Maintain means insert, update, modify, or delete. Okay, we'll talk on alter now. Yes, coming to the alter table. Right. So go back to this table. We've opened this table. Okay. So first of all, yeah, this is your fields tab, because other tabs are over. And going forward, this input help and currency quantity we will discuss as a separate topics. By the time once we complete this SE11, I'll introduce all options. We don't miss any single option also, right? So, right, if you go to the field, so field name must be unique, I said, yes. And for a field, what is mandatory when you create a field? You have to give data type, which type this field belongs to. Because this is the main field property. So because why we have to give the data type? This data type decides what kind of value, what type of value expected in this particular column or field. If you enter CLNT for this, so it will only accept 3-digit number. If you go to if you enter num_c as its data type, then it will accept only numbers, digits only, no alphanumeric. If you go for character, it will accept alphanumeric special symbols also. That is based on the data type, its expected values, its accepted values will be differs. That is the type of data. Okay, yes. We have lot of 37 data types. We will explore that later. Coming to the length also yesterday introduced. Okay, yesterday introduced. How much length? Because already we have a plan in the paperwork through. We have specification is there in front of us. By looking at the specification, we will give the maximum length. Because in the organization, what is the maximum length of a employee number? And what is the maximum employee name, address? Accordingly, we will give this length and all, right? This too. But key, non-key, I already demonstrated. Primary key or unique key, all the key fields must be one after another. Maximum first 16 fields you can make it as key fields, right? Yes. For key fields, generally this is actually it is other way around. False, not null. That is, if you have a doubt, suppose what is this, we will go with place the cursor and press F1. So it will take indicator to set as a not null. Okay, yes. So that is this is okay. Getting closed. Okay, fine. So this is what exactly it is. Actually, for these key fields, okay, if you activate it or do not activate it, while when you click on activation, this checkbox is getting activated by default. So if you don't check this, what happens? It will maintain the null values by default. Null values where this is you are at SC11 ABAP dictionary level, but ABAP dictionary level uh, we don't maintain data here. Actually, the data storage is applicable to the underlying database. But the problem is once you activate this, system automatically activate so that it will not be not null. That is, it is not null property. That is, we cannot keep this three key field value as blank. That is the meaning of that. Okay, empty we cannot keep it. It should not be null. That's what. For non-key fields, it is up to you. You want to keep it as null. By default, it is null. If you activate it, then it is going to be not null. But this is applicable to the database. Database in the sense, again, SAP supports many databases. Even we don't know which database this server is created. Once you activate these settings, whatever you do the settings at application level, it is going to reflect on the physical underlying database, isn't it? Underlying database. That's what the is. If you look at here, this is what. Okay, we do the settings here. While activation, it is affecting on the database. See, this is the way SAP actually ABAP dictionary is one, but databases are N. It supports Oracle DB2, SQL Server, and HANA. But actually, ABAP dictionary activation through only they created all the tables in Oracle, SQL Server, and DB2 and HANA also. Yes, this is what. Okay, but created in the sense while installation only, it will when you install that central instance, it is automatically get instance in the underlying database also. But when it comes to G table, custom table, same thing. Upon activation, it will apply to this. See, the settings we will do at ABAP dictionary level, but it is applicable to the database. So I want to see, but since I cannot connect to the physical database, underlying database, you can see this database at the ABAP level only. How I want to see the database object. You can go to utilities, database object, display, database object display. This is the menu path to view or to see or to display the HANA. Yes, this is the, yes, you look at DD colon ABAP dictionary database consistency check. So result, this is the table name because this is your EMP master. Your EMP master, yes, right. That name and type, it is DB table. Yes, this is your, yes, the database point of view, this is a standard, but we don't use that standard word. This is HANA point of in fact, because we are running on HANA DB, HDB. Which database you are working, you can go to system status. There you can see the database. So now header level, fields level, indexes, index fields. Yes, this indexing and all is applicable to the underlying table. Suppose yes, this is your where we can find host data, database data. This is HDB. HDB is nothing but HANA, SAP HANA. Yes. Okay, so now if you look, this is your complete index. Indexing concept is different. Index are by default all key fields through system created one index. That is primary index. We will discuss as a separate topic. Now you look at header and the field. So header in the database, header details separate, item details are kept as separate. Yeah, it's not item fields. Okay, header means just like a common things. This is a column storage. Okay, it's not row storage. Okay, load unit and the primary key type. So this is about your database. Clear? Database details. Suppose you want to go to the utilities, database utility displays. Okay, check. Check means more or less only this is came. What is the table is consistent. Consistent means accurate, no errors. See, this is consistency check also we can do it. That is, our table created in the database is correct or not. This is the way you can, yes, note it down for a moment. Yes, right. Menu path, okay. Menu path to view the database table from ABAP dictionary. So here you have this utilities, database object, yes, database object display, right. Utilities menu, database object, and you can go for display also, check also. Yes, this is one thing. Right, check for consistency check. Okay, next, if you go to the further level, that is runtime object. Once we activate, actually implicit one runtime object gets generated. Runtime on object also you want to check or display, that is activation result. Yes, this is your transparent table. That is you are looking at ABAP level. So runtime object means it is a date and time combination. Last modified date and time. Okay, these things. Right. These are all header details. These are all fields are all fields. Length, database length. This is the our application level length, and this is DB length. Okay. So all the details you will find it at this level. Runtime object level. So for every activation, the recent changes gets affected. A runtime object, it will reflect on the runtime object. So if you want to see the runtime object also, the menu path is same. Okay, same thing. Menu path to view the runtime object. Object, yes, from dictionary in the sense in the ABAP dictionary. This is same again. Utilities, utilities menu, runtime object, check or display. These are all also required going forward. Yes, complete in-depth, yes, because all changes will affect on the both database object, runtime object immediately. Yes, okay, yes. Upon activation, yes, changes will reflect on database object slash runtime object. That means if I change something, immediately you can go and verify runtime. Yes, I will take you to practical example. Yes, okay. So what we were saying is, yes, this is once you keep this as a not null in the database level, it won't keep it as a empty. It will maintain some values over there. Yes, applicable to the database, underlying database. Suppose I added employee address. If you look at because quickly, if you go to the database object display, it is uh, it is 25, correct? Even runtime object utilities runtime object display, it's also, yes. This is your character occupies. Yes, this is your length actually. Directly you can give the length. Okay. What is this 50 and all we will discuss later, because Unicode point of view one character occupies uh, two this thing, that's why it is giving as a double. Okay, in the programming I can tell you, like suppose I changed from 25 to 30. Suppose 25 was there, now I extended the length, that is increased the length. When you increase the length, you have to go for save it. When you save, it is already I told you, you can switch between display change, you can switch between last active object also at any point of time you can. Yes, go to here, activate. Activation meaning is I want to continue with the 30 only. So when you do some change at application level, yes, when I do some table application level, this change will affect immediately to the runtime object also and the database object also, physical database object also. Yes, activate it. Yes, it is successfully. My my table length increase activity done successfully because it is activated without any error. After that, I will verify it. Database object display, it is extended to 30. So the database, it is affected immediately. Upon activation only it is affected. That's what you have to see the, yes, go to the utilities, runtime object also, it is changed to 30. Okay, this is what the significance, importance of activation. I said at any point of time you are responsible, you are the developer. Don't keep this any object into either new status or inactive status or partly active status. Finally you have to come to active is the final stage. Okay, yes, once it is active, you can maintain entries, you can use it in programs and other areas also. Other than active, if it is in another state, before state suppose, still it will work in the programs and all. But which object it will work? It will take the last active object status, it will work. The last active object means the character 25. Yes. If you want to consider the recent current changes, then you have to do the activation. Right, I am going in it. See earlier 25, now increase the length. So table yesterday's was added column, added field by insert through delete, delete. So add row, delete row accepted successfully. But now increase length is accepted successfully. Now I will try to do decrease length 20. Now you will get an error. What type of error you will get? Check, observe it. Save and check. Yes, you got one. Yes, it is inconsistencies accepted. Very good. So while activate, okay, right. This is also accepted. But generally, I will still go to the 50. Still accepted. So length increase, decrease also accepted. Very good. Now I want to go for data type change. Just data type change, because these are all called as changes, right? So num-c, I change it. Okay. So now if you change it, data type change also accepted. But what will be the impact? Suppose we already maintain records. After that, this type change will reflect to, see num-c. If you don't maintain any records, it will padded with zeros by default because that is the initial value. Earlier, if it is a character, it was blank by default, empty by default, because that was the initial uh, value. Clear? Initial value differs from data type to data type. So data type change, we have to be more conscious because it will reflect on the entries. Data already maintained 5, 6 records. Yes. Now I am going to, yes. There were how many keys? 3 keys. Now I want to add just one more key. Okay, one more key. Just let us see adding the key. Adding the key is accepted successfully. It is a key for. Now I am removing the key. Direct activation implicit it does the save and check also. So that is, it is accepting, okay, successfully here in this case. We will remove this also. But after HANA this changes came, generally if, okay, because I want to show some, okay, any error comes we will think In general, once you made it as a key field, if you go back to remove the non key field to normal, immediately it will give error as alter table is not allowed. If alter table is not allowed, we have to go to the conversion process. That's what our today's topic. See, like okay, where we were, yes, these were all the changes. You can try out, you can add additional fields, you can remove the existing field. Yes, we can increase increase field length slash decrease field length. Right. Next, we have one more thing is we can add additional key field, okay, and as well as remove existing key. Existing key means you can delete it, deletion. Otherwise, suppose even but here in this case everything is getting accepted. I was wondering, but it in old till ECC we used to get error because these are all HANA. Suppose I am removing keys, deleting directly. Removing means you can make it as a normal non-key field. Otherwise, I will remove it. Still error. Still accepted. Very good. Excellent. That is there were no errors at all. But what is the meaning of that is, so I'm coming to the conclusion. For some changes, system accepts, system accepts, and it turn into activation, active stage, active state. But for few changes, for few changes, what happened? System suggest message, suggest with error message as alter table not possible. Okay, convert table. Yes, this is okay the procedure, because if you have a doubt quickly, even I have this. One second, I have this because I want to show you. Okay, we will have ECC system. Yes, because earlier it was like this. Right. If you go to SC11 G star, because we have many, somebody created tables are there. Go with that. Many tables are there. Okay. Mm, we have to go to yes, some B1, B2. Okay, fine. Right. This is the table. Okay, go to change. This is into EH7. That is, yeah, yeah. Suppose here I added employee name as a key field. Executed. What happens? It is accepted as a additional key, 3 key. Okay. But now when you go back again and remove the key, immediately you will get error that do the conversion. Yes. That conversion process. Okay. So if you want to display the activation log, not required. It's successfully activated. That is earlier 2 keys, now extended to third keys. Now I'm removing this key. I want to reset back to 2 keys. Now you check. So you are checking error. Yes, this is what I want to tell you. So structure changes at field level. Alter table, yes, old employee name now is non-key field. Yes, that is do the conversion procedure. So what is the meaning of conversion is can go back because this was the limitation earlier. Why? Because I don't know this is there in the which databases this system runs on which database. This ECC was running on non-HANA database. It is not HANA application. It could be Oracle or DB2 or any other thing, but we will see this is um, your host database is MS SQL. MS SQL. So that is this settings depends on the database. After HANA, because since HANA is SAP own, this all these problems we don't come across. But still you are running a non-HANA, we come across conversion process. So conversion, how do we do the conversion? Otherwise, see it doesn't active. Even I try to forcibly active also, error occurred during activation, refer to log. Yes, now same thing. Again, it was little more, yes, it is extended that what is that alter table is not for solution is given. The what was the error structure changed at a field level, table structure changed at a field level. Yes, convert table because overall DB database level, table level. Second is each field level. We are talking on each field level properties, field level key property. So only the way it you cannot activate it in a normal way. Okay, the solution is conversion. So conversion is a special procedure. We will do it like this. Utilities, database object, database utility. Okay, if you want to do the conversion, you have to go to this procedure, activate and adjust database. This procedure is called as conversion process. But if you click on this, it will say yes. It will take some time. Finally, yes, this is adjusting. What it is adjusting? Adjusting the underlying DB with the it will take few seconds. This is the procedure you have to remember it. Now it is successfully executed. So that means I repeat it. When I add additional key field and activate it, what happened when you add additional key, activate, then this will accepted quickly. Adding additional key is accepted successfully. But when I come back and removing key and make it into normal non-key field, at that time we got error. So system proposed to convert process. So conversion through only you can make the changes to the underlying database. So conversion is a special process or special procedure done by database utility. Database utility is a separate T code SC14. SC14, yes, that database utility through we can activate the table and adjust the database. Adjust means all the changes done at the application level is going to reflect on the physical underlying database level. Database table level. Okay, got it? Yes. And moreover, there are two options given to you. What are the two options are yes, database utility two objects. Yes, you want to persist data or delete data. Because see, we are trying to do all these changes after having entries. Correct? Records are already there. Sorry, sir, not here. Go to this because we are into this system. Yes, because right. That is remote system is HANA and this is your ECC system. Right. Okay, here Yes, entries are there. After that, I am trying to do some explore R&D on that. Yes, this thing. If you do this change, what happened? You will get this. You will get save data, delete data. That means if you activate, if delete data, suppose if this checkbox is this radio button is selected, what happens? Your changes will reflect on the database by removing all the entries of the database. But save data meaning is what? By retaining, by holding the entries, you can do these changes. That is, changes will reflect to the underlying database table copy by holding the entries. Entries will not be deleted. That's why this option is selected by default. Okay, this is called as database utility. So in database utility, okay, first let me write this. Okay, let me note it down the steps. Later we will go back to this. So yes, conversion is a special process or procedure done on physical database, underlying database. What happens as a result of conversion? As a result of conversion, okay, what will happen? So all the changes means recent changes done at application level. Application level means application layer will will affect or reflect, okay, on physical table, physical underlying table. So conversion process, it is a part of database utility. Database utility. Utility is nothing but the utility means a kind of special procedures services. Suppose like SC14 is the T code for separate T code for database utility. What are the, because by keeping the cursor at a app level, you want to do the changes on the database, physical underlying database. This is only the option. Suppose yes, you want to go to that. So utilities menu, arrow, database object, then database utility. This is the procedure. Okay, it is good to have this knowledge. Yes. Okay, you sorry. We'll go to our yes. You reflect it here. It is there. Hmm. Yes. Okay. Sorry. There is our table. Hmm. This is at this is at which table? Not table. But I want. Okay. So yes, this is the one. Right. Okay. This is your day. See what is the T code here? Still it is showing SC11. Why? Huh? Why? Because we navigated from SC11. We navigated from SC11. That's why it is showing. So Okay, got it. Click on activate and adjust and save it. So after reaching to that, yes, right. Click on activate, activate and adjust, adjust. Okay, adjust the table. Yes, that's it. This will take few minutes time. It will get adjusted because there were yesterday we were seeing in the HANA also we got some like suppose K in A1. When I go to the entries, it was giving error, right? Something yesterday I guess it is accepted. Good, but where we checked LFA1 because if sometimes the table is partly active. See, you have to see that why this table is partly active. This is a standard table, built-in table. How it comes to partly active? Because some changes done by our people, some enhancements and all. So go to check, check result, no errors found. Then why don't it become full active? We will see. It must be because always SCP tables status must be complete active, correct? So who made it to partly active? At which stage it comes to partly active is partly active is like a kind of intermediate stage, neither complete nor. So the reason is some changes system is not accepting or they leave it as in that stage only. That is the mistake. So ultimate, if you want to go to the complete active only if it become normal active button is working fine. If it gives any kind of errors, the only the solution is you have to go to utilities database. Okay, utility database object database utility, then activate and adjust. That's only the way we have to do it. Yes, this is by returning entries you can work on this. Clear? Like suppose we will time being we will go to the direct like we will go to one second. Directly we will go to the SCE 14. SCE 14 is indexes, storage parameters. These are all part of SCE 14 only. So in SCE 14, what is possible is here you can delete table. What is the meaning of delete database table? Delete is okay. Yes, by okay by keeping the application server table only we were deleting the physical underlying table only you want to delete it, you can delete it. That is one of the way delete. When deletion is there, again you will get act create button. That is you are deleting only table. There is this too is directly affecting on the database delete table deletion, database table creation. Yes. Then adjusting. So these three are direct activation. But you want to do it, create or delete or all activities in a three ways. Direct mode or background mode. If it is a small size table, you can do it in a direct mode processing time. It will take less time and finish. Background mode, you can do it if it is taking longer time also. Okay, mass processing is option also there. Right. In the database level, you have indexes also. So you can see the table indexes, primary index, secondary indexes, indexes you can see here. Storage parameters option is also there. This will display the Yes, how this table is stored in this underlying MS SQL. Okay, this is your complete underlying table properties and table deletion. Complete check two objects, database object check, runtime object check. Database object you can check like this. This is your MS SQL object. See, the object is consistent. Header and fields. Client specific, yes. MANDT is there, then it is client specific. Ja means yes, this is German names. NEIN means no. Yes, okay. Yes, this is the way you will find. Yes, see, it is showing N varchar. What is N varchar? N varchar is the data type applicable at MS SQL level. That's why the data types at DB level, the data type at ABAP dictionary level differs. But we are not bothered about the database levels. Okay. Yes, but you want to see this is only the provision. You want to see the runtime object, you can see the runtime object. Yes, runtime object displays the timestamp also, date and time. Last, yes, last activated date and time. It will display the status also, and timestamp is a combination of date and time. Okay, object log, any kind of error log is there? Yes. So what is the meaning of that? When you go to the conversion process, it will follow one procedure here. What is that procedure is? Yes, it will go to the step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. This is a conversion process procedure. Okay, yes. Total almost it will follow 5-step procedure, the conversion process. Yes, for a moment I'll take it to this PAP dictionary. We will go to the index here. So, hmm, so conversion. We are looking at table conversion process. Yes, adjusting, adjusting, adjusting database table structures 226 is the topic. Just 226. So conversion problem, conversion process and conversion problems. Yes, continued terminated conversions, finding terminated conversions and activation, runtime objects and mass activation objects in the background. So these all these things 226 to some 237. These pages we will refer it quickly. 226. Enter. Yes. So adjusting DB structures. When the active version is having field 1 to 3. When you add some additional field as field 4, so when you activated field 1 to 3, yes, database also field 1 to 3, application also field 1 to 3. But when we add field 4 at application level, it comes to revised version. Okay, it comes to revised. But this field 4 is missing in the database, right? How it will get added is as a part of conversion, you can get added. New field must be added in the DB level at the activation only. This is the picture. So now, yes, how it yes conversion process, initial situation. Actually, this is a 5-step procedure. First, what will happen? Yes, before going to reflect the DB, because we want to retain the entries. First, it will perform the lock. The table gets locked. Underlying table gets locked. Then that locking the table against changes, then renaming the table by using prefix QCM name, renaming the table, then after renaming, yes. So this is your first step. One is Table is locked against changes. When it is locked, no more changes allowed in this during conversion phase. What happens? Deleting the indexes created in the database. Existing indexes will get deleted. Then the table name tab is renamed to QCM tab, prefix QCM tab. The table is converted to QCM tab. After renaming, deleting the existing QCM, deleting the original table because we moved to temporary table QCM. Finally, we will come back to the activation. While activation, the original table gets created, again original indexes also will get created. That is your activation of the table step 3. What will happen? It will take the original table from application level to it will get changes, because see here what will happen. Earlier field 1 2 3, field 1 2 3 numsys character 8 character 30, that was the old table. But now the change, what happens? Num6 char 10, but this is latest change is char 60. Field 3 length is increased. Earlier it was 30, now it is 60. So once you activate, the new table gets created from application to the database by with all the changes. Now it is it is the new table going to be QCM 60. Tab is created again in the DB. Yes, tab is created and again in the DB. Yes, next what happened? But the new table is empty. What about the entries then? Entries are already moved to the temporary QCM prefix table. So we are reloading the entries from QCM tab to back to the original tab. Yes. By using that move corresponding to system does that. That's it. So now what will happen? We are moving the entries from this to this fourth step. And now the table is, yes, finally it will create the, yes, indexes also. We got the changes reflected, a new table is created, entries we got it, indexes we got it. And finally, upon successfully creation, deleting this QCM temporary table, and seventh step is removing the lock. Removing the lock. This is a kind of conversion process happened while activation and adjust. So yes, deletion of the client field. Some errors might be expected during conversion. So data loss, maybe when you go for the table field length shorten, data loss may happen. Type conversion problems may arise it. Yes. Conversion, how do it will affect on cluster and pool tables? All those details are given here. See, complete depth. Okay. Yes. Activation, how it will reflect. Okay. Yes. That's about your overall small topic of conversion one time discussion. Clear? Yes, this was error occurs in the activation. Hana. Yes, table was not activated. Then what type of errors we don't know. You can go to here. Yes, we will try to activate directly. Activate. Activate and adjust. Click on S. So still that is not allowing. That means the major mistake they did there. So we have to go to the changes to be reverted. That is some enhancement options they disturbed. We will do this part later as a part of enhancement. We will come back here. So this is your type of changes. Okay, clear? That's about your overall SE 14. Now, yes, we did the activation changes. All 7 steps are explained here. How this table is converted. Old key, employee name, now it is non-key field. Yes, it is beginning level, date and time. Even so and so at the 7th minute, what happened? At the 8th minute, what happened? At 8th minute, what happened? At yes, even step by step. steps are captured automatically in the conversion process. Okay, that's all. So if you want to go to direct SC14 once, direct SC14, database utility, take any table, click on editor display. So this is the date SC14 T code. Check SC14 T code here. So in SC14, what happens? I said yes. This is so database utility is used to perform the final statement. I will write it. Yes. Okay. Database utility. Okay. Purpose. So it is used to view the indexes of the table, database table. Yes. Next, what happens? It is used delete delete underlying table. Only you want to delete under only directly. Okay. It is used to directly you want to deleting delete underlying database table. Then after that, again it is also used to create, okay, create underlying table. Okay, because after deletion, it create button gets enabled and conversion process also activate and adjust. And you can check storage parameters also. And again check runtime object as well as uh, check database. This is your small utility means type of some kind of additional provisions or facilities on tables because this is extension topic to the table